The modern refrigerator market is a complete disaster. You're being asked to spend $2,500 on a French door refrigerator with a tablet in the door and an ice maker that will break the second your warranty expires. In 22 years of fixing appliances, I've seen more families crying over dead $3,000 refrigerators than anything else in my shop. But if you stop chasing stainless steel and start looking at the compressor, there are 5 top freezer models that are virtually indestructible. Refrigerators you buy once and never replace. After 2 decades elbow deep in failed cooling systems, I've learned that the best fridge isn't the one with the most features. It's the one that keeps food cold every single day without a second thought. Today, I'm counting down the 5 most bulletproof top freezer refrigerators everyone ignores. If you want cold storage that works as hard as you do, you cannot ignore these 5. Number 5 is the Hotpoint Basic Top Freezer from the early 2000s. I know some of you think Hotpoint is a bargain bin brand, but hear me out from a repair tech's perspective. A client named Linda bought a 2003 Hotpoint with a dented door for $200 at an estate sale. Her kids laughed because it looked cheap. 15 years later, Linda is still using it every single day. Her total repair bill? A $45 door gasket, exactly $0 on the compressor or cooling system. The stigma is that it's not a real brand. It's smaller than a modern side-by-side and won't dispense crushed ice through the door. But if you're storing groceries for a family of 4, it's all the cooling you'll ever need. The secret is the basic reciprocating compressor, derived from commercial cooler platforms built for restaurant walk-ins and convenience stores. When Hotpoint put it in a budget home fridge, they over-engineered it so much that hitting 20 years is common and 30 years is absolutely possible with basic maintenance. This was also the last era where Hotpoint built to a standard, not a price point. Everything from the door hinges to the shelf brackets feels heavier than a modern fridge. The sheet metal is thicker, the insulation is denser. You're not just buying a compressor, you're buying a cabinet designed to handle daily abuse for 25 years without warping or cracking. Insider check. Look at the door gasket where it seals at the top corners. In humid climates, these can mold if not cleaned regularly. If it's flexible and clean, you're golden. Open the door and listen when the compressor kicks on. It should be a smooth hum with no rattling or grinding. If both check out, you found a refrigerator that will outlive most modern appliances on the market today. You can find a clean one for $250 to $350 used, and it will be the last basic top freezer you ever need to buy. Number 4 is the GE top freezer from the mid-90s. A guy named Robert came in last month asking about parts for his rental property. He's had a 1996 GE top freezer in continuous use for 28 years. The compressor has never been serviced. Not once. While people with 23 Samsung smart fridges are waiting 8 weeks for back-ordered $400 control boards, Robert is keeping food cold without a single service call or a moment of worry. The stigma is strictly age. People think a 28-year-old refrigerator is a dinosaur, not a daily workhorse. But here is the repair tech's truth. This fridge was built when GE's priority was serviceability over profit margins. Everything is mechanical and easy to access. No complicated defrost circuit boards, no sensors that require a proprietary diagnostic computer to troubleshoot. You can fix most problems on this refrigerator with a basic screwdriver, a multimeter, and a Saturday afternoon. In a world where modern inverter compressors require complete refrigerant system evacuation for even minor repairs, a job that costs $600 minimum. The basic GE is a technician's dream and an owner's financial salvation. Parts are still widely available from any appliance supply warehouse. Insider check. Get the model with wire shelves, not glass. Glass shelves crack and cost $80 each to replace. Wire shelves last forever. Test the compressor, open the door, let it warm up for a minute, close it and listen. When the compressor cycles on, it should run smoothly without grinding or clicking. If you hear a clean hum, it's perfect. Buy this fridge for $200 to $300. Spend another $100 on a full gasket replacement and a deep coil cleaning, and you have an appliance that will still be running when your grandkids are in college. Number 3 is the Whirlpool top freezer from the late 90s to early 2000s. In my shop, we call this the workhorse. A client named Maria runs a small catering business. She bought her 2001 Whirlpool new when she opened her kitchen. That fridge has been opened and closed 50 times a day for 22 years. She told me last week it's still holding perfect temperature. The only repairs she's ever had? A $65 defrost timer in year 18 and one light bulb. The stigma is that the interior is plain white plastic with wire shelves. But this model uses a direct drive compressor paired with a simple capillary tube refrigerant system, the most reliable cooling systems ever put into a residential top freezer. No electronic defrost controls, which is the modern system that uses circuit boards to manage defrost timing, but ends up frying the board and killing the entire refrigerator after 5 years. These Whirlpools hit the absolute sweet spot: automatic defrost and modern insulation, without the overcomplicated electronics that make new fridges so expensive to own and impossible to repair without a computer. Insider check. These fridges are known for 2 things. First, the crisper drawers can get sticky if the tracks aren't kept clean. Second, the defrost timer can click loudly when it cycles. If the drawers slide smoothly and you don't hear excessive clicking from behind the unit, you're in perfect shape. Also, look underneath at the compressor coils. If they're clean and free of dust, this refrigerator will run another 20 years easily. Find a clean one for $450 to $650. It won't have a water dispenser or ice maker to leak and destroy your floor, but it will have a simple mechanical thermostat that costs $30 to replace. Number 2 is the Frigidaire top freezer from the 1990s. A landlord named Thomas came in last year asking about parts availability for his rental properties. He owns 8 of these Frigidaire units across 4 apartment buildings. The oldest is from 1993. It's been in continuous use for 30 years with 8 different tenants. He has never opened the compressor compartment on any of them, not once. While people with $4,000 LG smart fridges deal with compressor recalls and wait 4 months for replacement units under warranty, Thomas is collecting rent checks and his tenants never once complain about warm food. The stigma is the age and the beige exterior that screams 1990s kitchen, but this refrigerator was built when Frigidaire's engineering priority was longevity over feature lists. Everything is mechanical and bulletproof. No computer boards, no inverter systems requiring specialized refrigerant recovery equipment, no touch screens to crack when someone slams the door. You can replace the thermostat, defrost timer, and every single door gasket with parts from any appliance supply store for under $100 total. Everything is still available. Insider check. Pull the fridge away from the wall, get down on the floor, and listen when it runs. You want a smooth, low hum with no rattling, grinding, or clicking. Test the freezer door seal by closing a dollar bill in the door. If you can pull it out without resistance, the gasket needs replacement. That's a $40 part and a 20-minute job with a screwdriver. Buy this fridge for $300 to $500, spend $150 on a complete gasket set and a professional coil cleaning, and you have an appliance that will still be running when you retire. Number 1 is the Amana top freezer from the 1980s and early 1990s. In my shop, we call this the tank. A client named Arthur bought his 1988 Amana new when he started his contracting business. That fridge sat in his workshop break room for 35 years. It's been unplugged and moved to 6 different job sites, dropped off a truck bed once, and used daily by work crews who don't treat equipment gently. His only repairs over 35 years of hard use: 1 door handle and 1 interior light socket. Total cost, $40. The stigma is that it's ancient, with white metal shelves, no LED lighting, and no crisper drawers with humidity controls. But this Amana uses a hermetically sealed compressor, the absolute peak of simple, bulletproof refrigeration engineering. The compressor and motor are welded into a single sealed steel unit with no external moving parts to wear out. The thermostat is a simple bimetal coil that expands and contracts with temperature. The defrost system is a basic resistance heater on a mechanical timer. No computers, no sensors, no circuit boards. When Amana built these in the 80s and early 90s, they were designed for commercial installations and adapted for home use. That's why they're indestructible. Every component is overbuilt. Solid steel door hinges, thick welded wire shelves. The magnetic door seal is twice as thick as modern versions. Insider check. Open the freezer and look at the back wall for frost buildup. A thin layer is normal. A thick sheet of ice means the defrost timer may need replacement, a $35 part requiring only a screwdriver. Plug it in and listen to the compressor for 2 full minutes. A steady, smooth hum with no rattling, clicking, or grinding means you found the single most reliable refrigerator ever mass-produced. Find one for $200 to $400. Once you own one, you're done buying refrigerators for life. When you buy one of these 5 top freezers, you're buying freedom from monthly financing payments and service call anxiety. These 5 don't have Wi-Fi, connectivity, or cameras inside the door. They just have compressors that start every single morning and thermostats that don't need firmware updates or computer diagnostics. While your neighbors are at Best Buy financing $3,500, French door disasters with mandatory extended warranties, you're spending $400 once and never thinking about refrigerator shopping again. Don't let the stainless steel facades and built-in tablet screens fool you. These 5 are the only ones I'd trust for the long haul.